Hi Nina and homeowners, this is Andy Taylor with Red Rock Roofing, where we stand for greatness. I'm here at 3070 15th Avenue in Boulder, Colorado, and I'm going to do a quick inspection video for the roof. So the first thing that I want to point out is some of the parts of the roof have drip edge flashing. This is a 1-inch drip edge flashing, and that goes underneath the shingles and is supposed to encapsulate all the eaves and rakes of the home. Down here where the fascia meets the roof here, it's barely holding on to direct water away. So this is why the fascia down here is kind of rotting away, getting spongy and whatnot. So this is one of the spots that does have 1-inch drip edge. Now, looking at the solar, all of the pigeon wire underneath is all rusting out, and that is actually starting to affect the roof. When this rust starts to get to the roof, a lot of the times you're going to find problems underneath this solar. So pigeon wire that's rusted like that, it's not good for a roof. As you can see, it looks like one vent that I could find on the top part of this roof is all rusted out as well. But then you come over to this side and there is zero drip edge around the perimeter. Now this is also what they call a mansard roof, where, give me just a second, it's very steep over here. Where right here, where the mansard roof meets the top portion, that should actually have drip edge there so that the shingles come out over and give it a nice drip off of. Now I'm going to also do another video for you from the ground so that you can see all of the upper parts. All of these valley metals that are 2 feet wide, these are all rusted out. These are definitely original. If this isn't the original roof, then they left these metals here and have just been rusting out ever since. Now, I'm not sure if this shingle is a discontinued shingle at this point. I don't see any new ones out here that have been for a repair. Right here underneath the tree is a lot of spots that some roofers might think that this is hail. This is actually lichen. This is a moss that comes off of the tree, and when it actually builds up on the roof, this is just really flippable. I could do this and just flick it right off. Now, unfortunately, the wind that we've had in the last year has already removed a lot of these spaces that are here. Now, there are some shingles that are definitely beat up, and some of the flashing here that's kind of showing through. So with wear and tear, like you can see on that shingle there, and I'll detail more of that, this boot jack is definitely seeing its best days and it's starting to crack. So soon enough, this is going to start letting water into the system. The skylights that are up here, they do have some what we call collateral damage. It's going to be any of these soft metals when they get indentations from hail, but I'm not finding much hail on the roof. What I do know for sure is that there's zero ventilation other than that one I showed you underneath the solar, and that should not be under the solar. That's a bad install completely. But there is zero vents letting air out of this top portion, and then there's a total of 2 that's on this portion. I believe this is probably a small office or bedroom that's underneath here. Now, the flashing on some of these penetrations, and this I believe is a flue pipe, maybe coming from a wood stove or whatnot. When they're sticking up this bad, wind-driven rain can get up underneath there, and that's never a good thing. So the roof does have a lot of what we call thermal cracking. Again, just signs and indicators that there is minimal ventilation up here. So when you start getting this cracking that you can see all the way through it, and some of these are a triple shingle that's on top of each other, and then this is a double, but when it gets through the triple part there, that's not good. This roof definitely should be way more ventilated than it is. We've definitely had some tree damage as well from the aspens over here on this side. You can see that those are all damaged there. Now, I want to make my way around down to the front so you can actually see this. Now, in my professional opinion, it is crispy underfoot. With that, again, ventilation is just, it's very minimal up here. I would say that this does need replacement, because if this rust just keeps rusting out on this roof, before you know it, you're going to have leaking underneath this. Now, that's something if you fix early, you won't see down the road. Now, wear and tear on this roof, there's also some mechanical damage up here, where when they installed the solar, they weren't doing a great job to protect the roof up here. So I'm going to go ahead and step down and do a perimeter walk as well, and I apologize for the long videos, a lot to detail up here.